Hi guys, welcome back to the Gonzalez family. Today I'm going to be talking about fostering to adopt your relative. Oh, I think it's like something. Fostering to adopt your relative. I hope you guys like my video that I'm about to do, because I see that on YouTube there's not a lot of videos like this. So I wanted to kind of inform you guys of the process of fostering to adopt a relative. It's a kind of a different process. You don't have to go through as many trainings and things of that nature, but stick around for the video and I'll get right into it. So hi guys, I am back. Welcome back to my channel. Basically, I wanted to come to you guys today about fostering to adopt a kinship or relative placement, or something like, however you guys word it. So basically, when you're first starting to try to foster to adopt, what our process looked like was basically we first did the relative placement. I don't know why I seem so worried. Let's see. Okay, wait. We first did the relative placement thing, which is the interstate compact. And with the interstate compact, basically, you have to go through a home study process. It's kind of the same as like foster care to adopt, but it's not as extensive. So you go through the whole process of getting your home looked at. You don't go through like the fire checks. I mean, it's like a breeze over a lot of the detailed stuff that you do when you're fostering. So number one, you do, well, regular foster care, a stranger child, someone that's not your kinship or relative or something like that. So basically you go through, first, what we did was the interstate compact, which in that process, you're doing the home study, they're doing your background checks, they're doing your child abuse and neglect, they're doing things like that. So once that is approved, it's totally up to the other state to utilize the placement. So what I mean by utilize the placement is basically, even though you may be approved in your state, they say, hey, it's okay for this child to come to this state. Not necessarily the other state is going to utilize you as a placement. However, it kind of goes like this. So basically, when a relative steps up to say, hey, I will take this child, I'm very capable, you have to prove yourself, of course. And that's doing things like trying to be involved, keeping up with them, trying to see when you can make visit arrangements, trying to go to the court dates, like make yourself known to them, like, yeah, I'm ready to take this child, I'm prepared for whatever I got to go through to get this child, and just basically put forth a lot of effort with them. And then after that, basically what you'll do is in our state and in the state of KY, basically you have a 6-month period to kind of like them to say yay or nay for sending the child to the state, or yay or nay far as receiving a child in the state. So for me, our state said yes. And so we just was waiting to get the yes or no from the other one. Like I said, they have 6 months to decide if they want to utilize the placement. Now, if a relative steps up and comes up and say, hey, they do everything they need to do, and then once you do get the home study, I will say, please still stay consistent with contacting them, trying to be involved with the child, trying to know what's going on. Even on visits, if you're seeing something, say something, act as if you already have this child as a protector. I know you probably have a great relationship with your relative. However, at that point, it's not about the adult relationship, it's about the child relationship. So I would definitely say utilize taking that moment to basically building that bond with the caseworkers and the judges and the guardian ad litem, kind of proving yourself to them that, you'll be suitable for the job, and that's assuming a position as a permanent placement or adoptive parent or whatever the case is with the child. I would also say, so after we did that, the child was placed with us before TPR happened, because basically if TPR happens with the child, you are not able to basically be looked at as first in place to kind of get the child placed with you. It's more so if the TPR happens after, then you'll just be looked at as like a regular person off the street trying to get this child. They will kind of try to consider, but by law they don't have to ever consider the family member at that point once they terminate the rights, because legally you're no longer that child's relative legally, but bloodline wise you are still that child's relative, but legally you're not. So basically what they did with us is they placed her with us finally. So happy they placed her with us, and then now they're pursuing the termination of parental rights for the parents. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's gonna be tough, it's gonna be hard. You're gonna feel like, man, I don't want to stay with this relationship with the person that child it really is, because honestly, ultimately, it comes to a part where the relationship has to kind of like die down, because especially if they're saying the child is not going to be placed back with this person, this child cannot be around this person. I mean, either you're going to choose that relationship or you're going to choose the safety and protection of the child, and that's kind of what they're looking for. You don't want to jeopardize that in any form, fashion, or shape, because if you jeopardize that, then the child will ultimately go back to foster care with a stranger. So basically, after that happens, after they place the child with you, then if the goal is permanency, which should be like adoption or foster to adopt, which is in our case is foster to adopt, because if she hadn't went to us, she would have been put up for adoption to a stranger. So we did opt in to adopt her. And so now it's kind of like we're going through that process of trying to foster her, to adopt her. We just had one of our, our worker to help us get licensed. She came out, she looked at our house, she's going to do so the next things is we're sending in all our documents. After that, she's going to, we can start doing the trainings, she said. She's going to do our health inspection. We're going to do the fire inspection. And we're just going to kind of go from there. But you have to foster the child 6 months in order to adopt the child. So we do have to still foster her no matter what. We do have to do 2 in-person trainings, because this is a foster to adopt relative specific. So it's kind of like we're not just an open home to adopt any child. It's just relative specific to that child. So whatever the child's needs are, they do have their standard, but whatever the child's needs are, for the most part, they kind of just, go with basing everything kind of around that. So that's where we're at, guys. I know it's a lot. I'm also doing a interstate compact for my nephew who's 10 years old. This is a lot to deal with, because like right now alone, we're dealing with 3 workers. Just with my nephew, we're dealing with 3 workers. My niece, we're dealing with 3 workers. We're dealing with the one in Kentucky. We're dealing with the worker for her here. And we're dealing with our own foster care to adopt a worker who kind of helps us through the process and, look into everything that we need and everything we need to stay on top of, things like that. So it is a process. It is a journey. I would say that it's going to take a lot of more time to kind of get through, but it's so worth it. My niece is 2 years old. I love her to death, and it's worth it. It's worth it. It's a lot of work. You have to have patience. You have to not be so hard on yourself. You have to understand that everybody was in, a lot of people has been in your position to not know what's going on, to kind of like, work through the process as it go. And so I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will try to stay on top of it with giving you guys more information on what's going on. I'm going to do more videos with my adopted daughter, my fiance, and just kind of show you our little new lifestyle involving a 2-year-old. And we're going to go from there, guys. Like I said, don't forget to like this video give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And if you just don't feel like subscribing this time, just please watch us, get used to us, you know, be a part of our family, and we'll go from there. Again, thank you guys for watching this video. Bye.